Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and welcome back for another Scream live stream. I had promised, hopefully we'd be able to do it. We are back. I'm really excited. I love these talks, as I constantly say. We're here to talk about the box office, I guess week 3 at this point, or what it's done, I guess, in week 2. Talk about any questions, any theories you guys have, and go from there. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it almost on a daily basis. Oh, I want to talk about Annika, and I want to talk about the video I did yesterday, because overwhelmingly, I think it got a ton of support and actually did better than a lot of other videos I've done on other characters, but it also got some hate. So I want to go over maybe specifically her character, but also maybe like my obsession with Scream. We'll go through a few things. I want to say, by the way, pretty early on in the stream, I know not everybody's here yet, but this is for people watching now or watching afterwards. I just want to say, wishing all the best to Steven of Craven Something Scary. He's gone through a lot of health stuff over the last little while, and he is one of the most, if not the most, amazing guys I think online I've met. I'm pretty socially inward. I've talked about it before. I hate a lot of, well, hate's maybe a strong word. I hate a lot of people. I don't talk to a lot of people. I just don't like a lot of people generally. So I don't talk to too many creators just in general, but Steven is a fantastic guy who I always want to talk to him, I think, more than his time allows, but he's a great guy, and he's been going through a lot of stuff. So go support his channel, Craven Something Scary. He's my, I love the guy so much, so hopefully you guys show him some support. And it kind of sucked, too, the timing that he had all these issues happening. It was right at Scream 6. But I want to talk to him, hopefully when he's doing better. I want him to be 100%, and I want to get him on the channel for some sort of, discussion. I've talked a little bit to some of them, but I don't really know generally anybody. What's funny, I've seen stuff. I want to talk about this maybe a little bit in this live stream. I've seen some impressions to Scream 6 only through really like titles and thumbnails and stuff like that. I haven't really watched. I know like Zach Cherry didn't like it. I think he actually probably hated it, depending on his title. I didn't watch the video. I think Critical Overlord overall liked it. I think Killjoy Jake really did like it, probably the same as me. Steven, I actually have no idea. I've only talked to him about his health. I have no idea if he likes the movie or not. I assume they like it. I think the Scream fandom, some of the people that we've talked to here and I've had on the channel, I think they like it, but I don't know that for sure. So, how's everybody doing? Prayers and positivity out to him. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Great guy. Honestly, great guy. Zach did like it and gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd, but he had a lot of issues with the plot holes in it. Okay. See, the thing with like over the top, and I've done it before. Like I think I've really done a good job over the last probably 2 or 3 years. Like I never really did, I think, clickbaity title kind of things, but the issue with titles when you really want to go for it, and I have done it before, I think I've really gone back, in recent time. I think his title his thumbnail was like epic fail, and it was the Scream 6. And when you have a title like that, or a thumbnail like that, what are you supposed to do? And a lot of people I think were bagging on him over on Twitter for that. So, it's tough. I mean, making thumbnails is an art. I don't like a lot of people that make thumbnails because I think so much, not necessarily Zach, I think a lot of people out there are such clickbaity people. It's a tough topic, but that's good. 4 out of 5 stars. And I think you can do that. And I think, it's going to be interesting as these weeks go on with Scream 6 to figure out where do people lie, right? Because I still think like the fever of, seeing it day 1 or week 1, I still think that hasn't worn off yet, including myself, but for other people. What are people going to think about this movie a couple months, down the line? I think maybe Zach's thing is probably where people will lie. And even I guess to a degree, I do that as well. Like, you give it a rating, maybe you really, really like it, but then you got some issues with the plot holes. And I think as these weeks and as these months go on, that's going to kind of be the big thing with people is, this did take the chances, this did take the risks, and we're overall happy with it, but boy, did you mess up in a couple different spots. I think that's the general opinion, or will be the general opinion. But see, I still think that's better than 5. I still think that's I think 5 first day, first week, people are just over the moon. Is that a phrase? Whatever that phrase is about the movie, including myself. I really liked it. And then you really start to kind of pick it apart. And I think 5 is one of, if not the weakest of this entire film franchise. But it had such raving people the first week. So, Rabbi, I see you, but you need to stop with the spamming. You did it on Discord, and you've done it here. So just hello. You can ask any questions you want, but just please, watch the spamming stuff. Why are you streaming when I'm just now getting out of school? Okay, well, to be honest, and I want to get to the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me just address that. So honestly, well, 2 reasons. Okay, today, oh my God, you guys freaking rock. Both of you guys, thank you so much for the super chats. Celebrate the first super chat from Michael Schock. That's a YouTube pop-up thing from me. No, let me firstly say this. So normally when I live stream, I like to live stream about, let's see the time. I like to live stream about 3 hours from now. That's normally my go-to time, is about 3 hours from right now. 2 different reasons. Number 1, today's my daughter's birthday. Actually, she turns 9. We're picking her up from school, getting a fish for our aquarium. We had an aquarium behind this green screen here. So it's her birthday, so I have to go pick her up. Normally, my wife picks her up from school on Friday. This time, I'm going to go with her. So that's one reason. Number 2, for Scream live streams, the Lethal Collective, I try to be as respectful as I can to them. I don't want to step on their toes. I don't want them stepping on my toes. So, I know they stream, I think, in like 3 or 4 hours. So I kind of do it earlier. I let them do it, later, and nobody has any issues. So that's why the Scream streams are earlier in the day, is to not step on toes, basically. It's a good question. And I'd like to stream later. When Scream 5 came out, I streamed on like a Saturday. That worked really well. So, all right, let me get to these super chats, guys. And thank you again so much. You guys rock. And these Scream streams, like I say, as long as you guys support them, doesn't have to be money-wise. As long as you guys watch it, like it. Super chatting, of course, is nice, of course. But as long as you guys support these streams, I love talking Scream with you, and I'm willing to do it as long as you want. And like I said, with videos and stuff, I still got some Scream 6 stuff coming. We'll start to talk about Scream 7. I got some ranking videos I want to do of like deaths and phone calls and stuff. So there's plenty of stuff we will get to. And then honestly, I think the Scream 7 announcement is coming in the next week or two, and we might need to stream for that. Been really enjoying the content. I'm new to your channel. It is nice to see another Sam Carpenter truther. I adore her and Tara. Gale opening kill for Scream 6 to bring Sydney back. Well, again, thank you so much for the super chat, and I'm glad. A lot of people, a lot of Scream people, have been with me for a little while. I'm not the first one, but I definitely, was part of that first wave on YouTube. I think Critical Overlord was first. Maybe Killjoy Jake was right after him or around the same time. I think I'm like wave 2. And then I think like a Zach Cherry was like wave 3. Steven, Fate Decided, Night Watch Zone, I think they were like kind of stage 3. So I'm in like the middle. But no, I super appreciate, new people. I always get worried, do I alienate people that come in new versus old? But, and the Ashen Luca, I don't know if you know this, but I actually really didn't like Sam. We've talked about it, obviously, in videos and live streams. But for Scream 5, I really didn't like her all that much. I thought she was good at the ending, right? But not for the whole movie. So I honestly, maybe I lean more into, I think I do. I'm being honest. I think I lean more into Sam being so good in this movie because I was harsh on her. I think rightly so. I'm not going to take back the things I said, but I was pretty harsh on her in Scream 5. So I think because of that, I'm like super proud of the writing. I'm super proud of Melissa Barrera. I think she took it up. I really do. I believe she's a better actress. I don't know if she took whatever she did, but I think she just factually did better in 6 than she did in 5. And I think because I was going after that character a bit in 5, I'm maybe overcompensating. I'm kind of going so hard on 6, but I believe she deserves it. I think she did such a good job, and I'm so happy. I really am. I'm so happy to say I love that character. I think Sam is a great character. I loved her in 6, and I can't wait to see her in 7. I don't know if I could have said that, leading in to 6, right? It's a different feel. So Good comment. Thank you again. I truly appreciate it. Michael, thank you again, buddy, too. For I don't know why YouTube sends me that first super chat, but thanks, buddy. With Scream being a Paramount production and having its own streaming service, do you think after Scream 7 they should move towards doing a series to focus on character development or stick to movies? Yeah. The Radio Silence was asked in an interview. Between last week and this week, I've watched a lot more interviews. I've tried to watch like every interview possible with these people. And they were asked about a TV show, and they said they would be interested and they think it would work. They brought up the MTV show. But yeah, I think after Scream 7, what you may want to do is, I don't think I would have done it this way if I were them. I would have done a TV show now or like a year ago, like when Scream 5 came out. But it's possible they could be doing 5, 6, 7, then a TV show, and then a couple of years break, 8, 9, 10. Like you keep going. So I think it could be 7, and then like a year later is a TV show that lasts a couple seasons, and then once that TV show ends, or even during the TV show, you do Scream 8. And I think that's how you would do it. I also think, as I've talked about, I'm going to do a video. It's probably going to be early next week. A Scream game. Make a Scream game. Now, the issue is you would have had to have already started it. You would have had to already started. Games take a long time to make. If you started a Scream game now, which is possible, because the movie did so well, box office-wise, right? If you do a Scream game and you start it right now, it's not coming out probably for like 3 years. 3 years minimum. So it's going to be way after Scream 7. It'll be, a year or two after the Scream, hype dies down, and then a game would come out. Is that perfect timing? No, it's absolutely not. But that's probably the best case scenario. And I think that would do. I mean, do you know how happy I would be for a channel that talks about gaming 90% of the time and then the other 10% is Scream? Do you know how happy I would be if a Scream game came out, marrying the two together? Oh, I'd be unstoppable on this platform. And Cloud Roth, oh my God, thank you, buddy. And you've always been a great contributor, guy, just in general, and I really appreciate it. Happy birthday to your kid. Thank you. Do I have to buy her something? With that $50, does that go to the business? Does that go to the bank account, or does that go to her? I guess I can get her like an appetizer at the restaurant we're going to, right? We're going to like a ramen place. We went there last year, a little ramen place by a mall, and it's little, but it's really good. And she liked it, and we said, where do you want to go? She's turning 9, so she conveys thoughts really well and all that stuff, and so we're going back there. No, thanks, Cloud Roth, man. I really appreciate all you guys. Again, super chats are always incredible, and I thank you all so much for them. Leaving a like, of course, is free and very helpful. Honestly, it is very helpful, leaving likes. And again, I want to pat myself on the back. When I talked earlier about Steven, Craving Something Scary. Love the guy. I hope he gets better really quickly, and I want to talk to him. When he talks about like likes helping the algorithm, I told him that, so they get it from me. I don't want to take away from them, but I do want to pat myself on the back. Happy birthday to your kid. Thank you. Love your Scream content. Thank you. And should Sam's mom be the killer? I mean, it would be a great motive to get Sydney back due to jealousy. Well, Brandon, thanks again, buddy, so much. So her mom keeps getting talked, again, like in these interviews that I'm addicted to watching now. Her mom gets mentioned a lot. The mom gets mentioned a lot, Sam and Tara. I think she's there. The thing is, like, okay, so here's what's weird, and again, about these interviews we've watched. I don't know if you guys have picked it up. So it seems like a lot of the stuff that got, like, paired with Scream 2, like a lot of the similarities, they word it as accidents, it sounds like, where I believe, like, the theater idea and how it was, like, the shrine was in a theater, that was because of, like, they're scouting locations to book and be able to film. And that was not their first choice, I believe. It was like a warehouse originally. And then and it wasn't a warehouse, the ending of Scream 2, the season 2 on MTV. So, you're going to find places that are similar no matter what. I'm pretty sure the shrine in the movie theater, they said, was just like almost a happy coincidence. The way that Radio Silence talks about it makes it sound like the comparisons between 2 and even the family motive between 2 and 6 were almost accidental. Like, they're doing their own thing, and it just so happens to have been the same. I don't really buy that, to be honest with you. I think there's some lying that goes on. I don't really buy that. But I wouldn't put it past them to not copy things with Scream 3. So the thing with Scream 3 is family, right? It's a family member of Sydney. So would it be a family member of Sam and Tara, the mom, right? Easy, immediate. I think it's there for sure. I feel like they have left it kind of both ways where they absolutely don't have to do that. I don't really want them to. I'd like to know who the mom, like I'd like to see the mom. And I guess if you see the mom, then she kind of has to be a part of the story. So if I want to go all the way, right? If I want to see the mom, then she has to be a part of the story, which means she could be killed or she could be Ghostface. So it kind of just immediately rolls into that. In which case, I don't know. I don't know. I don't love the idea of copying like boyfriend from 1 to 5, family of the first Ghostface of the movie before. They're the killers of the second one, 2 and 6, and then you do the same thing for 3. I'm not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that. But ultimately, here's the thing though. I was scared for this movie. I mean, we had talked about leading into this movie, and I although the family thing for the ending is the exact same, right? Although the family thing is the same, leading into this film, we had made videos about it. I had talked to, oh God, why am I blanking on names? I'm blanking on like people's names. Master Chaos. Master Chaos TV, right? I talked to him, and I think we did a video together on this channel, and I was very worried about like if you just copycat 2, that's not really inventive very much, right? And I would say like credit to them. I think they did it well. There is some copycat. There's some themes that kind of go on, but I think this movie is not the same as 2. So I think they did well. Would love part 7 on a cruise ship. They need a vacation after part 6. Oh man, Ghostface on the waters. That would be fantastic. Yo, Alex, you think Scream 7 releases in March? No, I wouldn't say. I don't think March. I think you got to give them like. I think everything's delayed a little bit, right? Because like the schedules have kind of shifted. So like 5 came out in January, and then you film from June to September for 6. 6 comes out in March. Now I think they're gonna film in like September until November. I think they'll film for the majority of the fall, which means then you got to give them like an extra 2 or 3 months. So I think May is probably the earliest. Although I could see like, if Jenna's schedule or whatever, maybe they film closer to well, the rumor is October, right? They would start filming in October. So October, November, December, maybe they start in November, December, and then the movie maybe comes out a full, like, would the movie come out a full year after that? I think they could be done with it because how long did it take? September to March, 6 months, right? So post-production took them 6 months. So from when they end filming, you give them 6 months, the movie could release. That'd be like the soonest it could release. They could hold it, which I think they did for 5, right? They held 5. I think 5 was done months before January, and they just held it. So there's a range, I think. I enjoyed it, but I didn't have any expectations. Just got into it because of this channel. Oh, yes. I kind of didn't remember if you, Cloud Roth, if you were, I think you're gaming. You're more of like the gaming side of things. Again, I've said it before. I smile. Like I get genuinely happy when people that are into the games tell me, I didn't care about Scream, but I watched some of your videos and now I like the franchise. I mean, that's cool. Or you just have people that play games that, just ironically, they're also into Scream. So they say, oh my God, you cover Scream too? Like, I love Scream. And there's just that nice kind of cross thing. I love that. That sounded scary. Hey there, Alex, a longtime fan. Keep the amazing work. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I watched Scream 6 last Sunday. What an amazing movie. There we go. There we go. Seeing it again tonight. Awesome. I just saw John Wick last night, and I'm tempted to see Scream again, but I really don't have the time. And it's probably just the time. I also have said it before. I don't know if I could sell that to my wife. Like, I got to spend another $15 to go to the movies to see Scream again. I don't really think it's necessary, at least from a spending perspective. Right? Although you guys with the super